All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official V-Chain Power Slap 12 Quinones versus Bordeaux 2 weigh-ins. Up on the scale from the women's flyweight division, 12 gauge Paige Van Zandt. $125 for Paige Van Zandt. And up next on the scale, her opponent, Michelle Brown.
Once you get up there, keep your hands down. Morning.
126 for Michelle Brown. Up next on the scale from the middleweight division, Angel, the Outlaw Merrill. $179.5 for Angel Merrill.
What's up?
And now from the super heavyweight division, Leon LX the Jet Johnson. $313 for Leon Johnson.
I think tomorrow.
And from the light heavyweight division, Steve O from Congo Osango. $203.5 for Steve Osango.
At 203.5. 203.5. Or are they weighing in?
They're waiting.
And from the welterweight division, Brent Slap Daddy Draper.
$171.
171 for Brent Draper. And from the light heavyweight division, Cody the Crusader Young.
Riley, you're after Aaron. And then Bono is after Riley. And then Riley.
200 pounds.
200 for Cody Young. And from the women's bantamweight division, Maria Jose Favela.
$36.
136 for Maria Jose Favela. And from the super heavyweight division, Stephen Rousey.
$383.5.
383 and a half for Stephen Rousey. And from the women's flyweight division, Nicole Desaigne.
Stay on the scale, and then you're gonna make it.
$125.5.
125 and a half for Nicole Desaigne.
Alex, we need to take that thing down. Okay.
And now the number 6 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Keali'i, the Chief Kanekoa.
'84.
184 for the Chief.
Well, hang on. What's your? Yeah, about that, Jeff.
And now the number 7 ranked heavyweight contender, the Colossus, Aaron Turner.
'63.
263 for the Colossus. And now the number 7 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Riley Slap Daddy Montoya.
'153.
153 for Slap Shady.
What approximately?
Thanks, guys.
And now the number 5 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Pono, the Hawaiian Assassin Pau.
$253.5.
253 and a half for the Hawaiian Assassin. And now your middleweight title challenger, the number 2 ranked Brandon the Butcher Bordeaux.
I can't go. $183.5.
183 and a half for the Butcher. And from the middleweight division, Hunter, the homebody Hassanin.
$182.
182 for the homebody. And from the super heavyweight division, Cole Smith.
$326.5.
326.5 for Cole Smith. And from the welterweight division, Andrew Casper Fields.
$165.5.
165.5 for Andrew Fields.
No shoes, okay?
And from the women's bantamweight division, Marisol Ruelas.
$135.5.
135.5 for Marisol Ruelas.
Oh, we need it.
And now the number 5 ranked super heavyweight, McKinney Big Mac Manu.
$417.
417 for Big Mac.
What did Canadian win? 145? 125. And then what about Korean? Sorry, I'm sorry. Which one? Korean. You got it right. 208. 208. Is that looking right? No. Thank you. 200. Okay. I was just adjusting some stuff, so I missed them. Started playing for the next set, come over from the next. Yeah. And for you, it's- What is that?
Was Pono 263? Oh no, you could just start at the main card to slide towards the bottom. What about your
253 and
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean.
I'd rather do that. I would just say.
What's going on, Ding? We're here. We have 11 strikers to go. We are on break. We've seen a good majority of the athletes come in and be able to make weight like true professionals, which is great to see. Let's get this camera right. There we go. There we go. So far, so good. So far, so good. Some of the guys that
A lot of people undersized this time around. Angel coming in at 179. That was what he had on the show. Hunter coming in at 182. You got Andrew Fields coming in at 165.
I mean, even Leon Johnson 313, relatively low from what we've seen from these super heavies.
For heavy, and his opponent I think was very close, also 326.
Absolutely. Yeah, Steven Osango, first time we've seen him 302.5. Seeing him up there. I mean, even Angel Merrill coming in 179.5. That's 5.5 pounds under the actual weight limit there as well.
Oh, yeah, Steve Osengo came in at 203.5. Sorry.
Correct. Yeah, correct. We see Brandon Bordeaux even come in a pound and a half under for his title weight matchup. So
Rodney Montoya, 153.
yeah, so the athletes that we're waiting for right now, Isaiah Quiones. We've got the co-main event, both Dakota McGregor as well as Robert Trujillo, we haven't seen yet. And then Dorian Perez is the other athlete that we haven't seen on the main card. On the prelims, we haven't seen either KO Chris or Chris Debo come to the scale yet. Anthony King DeFrank also hasn't come. Wes Minna as well as Wesley, all the smoke drain. I think this is more just a busing issue right now. I mean, we've got the entire left side, so the red corner predominantly is the athletes that haven't made it. On the blue corner, everybody is weighed in except for Dakota McGregor and Chris Debo. So it could just be a busing thing, waiting for that to arrive. The commission has walked away to take a break. So it's still gonna be a couple minutes before we get them back up here. We'll let you guys know, obviously, as everything moves along. We're running multiple duties, trying to do dual angles for you guys here, updating everybody on Instagram as well as we take part. Let us know in the comments below what's working, what's not. If you guys want us to change anything, let us know. We're trying to run you guys a more in-depth look. And if you're not doing so, follow us on the Insider group on Instagram. We went live before the event. We gave the insiders an inside look, gave kind of a tour of what's happening, showed some of the commission arriving. We gave you some insight into what we've been hearing here on the ground and just really working things to try to make it happen. We'll let you know as it gets closer, but 11 athletes still to make weight. The majority of them from the red corner. Paige Van Zant came in right at 125. This is first time we're seeing her drop down to weight as well. And then Michael Michelle Brown coming in at 126, utilizing that extra 1 pound for the actual cut itself. So we're going to see both these female athletes on the main card tomorrow night. So that match is locked in. That's the only match at this point that's locked in for weight. Like I said, Isaiah Quiones, Robert Trujillo, Dakota McGregor still needs to come in. And then Dorian Perez. Does Dorian come in at the max limit? Usually times usually 265. So we'll see. We'll see what he competed not too long ago, so he shouldn't be too far
I
off.
feel like Aaron Turner was a little closer to that limit this time around. When he coming at.
Aaron Turner, 263.
Yeah, so he's right there at that limit. I don't think he was that close last time, if I'm not mistaken.
So yeah, Aaron Turner making weight. We haven't seen Wes Minna. Wes Minna is a guy that is probably going to come in around 235, 240 at the actual max. So no issue why Wes Minna shouldn't be able to make weight accordingly. On the lighter side, has that the agility and kind of where he seems to fit in. Ton of confidence seeing him around the hotel all week. So should be no problem there. Wesley Drain, we seen him last night, seemed to be real calm, cool, collected, a veteran who's done this many times. So I don't think there's any issues to look there. The 155 guys, Anthony King DeFrank, taller guy, not too thick. So, shouldn't maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a weight issue there, or this is just a transportation thing as well. Chelsea Dodson is going to 125. We seen her at 135 previously, correct? Against Paige Van Zant. So it's the first time we're going to see her at 125. Logan Greenhall as well at the light heavyweight division. We haven't seen Logan Greenhall at 205 yet. And really no updates yet as to where his weight is. Last we spoke to him, he was about 10 pounds over. So we'll see where that all kind of comes in and into play. So we'll see. Cole Smith, first time we've seen him come in, 326.5 on the actual scale itself. And then McKinney Manu coming in big, large, and in charge at 417. He kind of joked getting off the scale that he was 3 pounds lighter. He thought he was going to be 320. So obviously McKinney still keeping his signature, big body intact. And I guess now probably the biggest guy in Power Slap, actually, even bigger than Dennis the Russian, who came at 408. So McKinney Manu holding that down. Thing, you notice this?
He's number 10 in the heavyweight division.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So we said Logan Greenhall making the move down to 205. Seemed to be confident. We'll see when he comes back. We haven't seen either. We haven't seen the Crazy Lion or Ron Beta today. Either of the coaches.
Usually they come in.
Yeah. So Who else do we got here? Frank Lamasello was here earlier. Oh, he's Frank's still here right now. Talking to Erica and Gabby. So Frank seems relaxed, I think, for the most part. 16 cards or 16 fights on this card, obviously, including the taped early prelims. They had a couple matches that have changed opponents. One match that we know that has dropped out, but overall, they're able to make 16 matches happen. 8 of those will be taped. 8 of them will be broadcasted. So we're gonna have some content coming out in the following weeks as it relates to new fights, and we'll see. I mean, Dan's been posting a lot of these fights to his story in recent times, and they've been putting out. They're really to try to drive the excitement for the card and really make sure that people want to tune in. So I'm sure we're gonna get some of these fights released before the event happens itself tomorrow. Dang, we haven't talked about it yet, but Circus Sports going down 4 o'clock right here on YouTube, right here on Facebook. We are going to be at Circus Sports. If you're in Las Vegas, come on out. We are doing the Power Slap 12 tailgate party from Stadium Swim. We appreciate Circus Sports and Stadium Swim for supporting us there, and all the sponsors that are going to show up at the event itself. We got Diazul vodka. I keep saying that. Diazul tequila. I don't know why I keep thinking vodka all the time. It's gonna be showing up. They've got the electric slap, blue power slap drink that they have on display. Will be at Circa tonight, and it'll also be available in stadium at Fontainebleau tomorrow as well. So you can come out and get an early taste of that drink. We're gonna have Head Rush there. You'll be there with their signature striker t-shirts. You'll be able to pick them up, and you'll be able to meet and mingle with all the brass at Head Rush. We also have Leaf trading cards. CJ is going to come out from Leaf and be giving away promo packs at the event itself. I found out that there's actually going to be autograph cards inserted within it. Then, of course, we have TNT coming out with the Power Cube. So if you're here, you can come strike the cube itself. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently this time around. So from 4 until 5, we're going to be in the red carpet. We're going to be showing you guys everybody arriving at the red carpets, the photos. We're going to be doing short interviews with the strikers coming in. And so if you can't sit around for 3 hours to watch the entire event, I definitely recommend that you join in from 4 until 5. We'll get a snippet of everybody showing up. We've got approximately 40 strikers confirmed that are going to attend the event. So we're going to get a lot of interviews with people. We're going to talk to a lot of people as it goes along. And and then of course from 5 until 7 at a minimum, we're going to have our sit down interviews, long story format. And we're also going to have multiple cameras running to be able to give you the inside look of everything that is going on. So if you're not here in Vegas, we want to make sure that you actually feel at home as if you are here itself. So we'll be showing you that electric blue slap as we talked about. We're going to show you strikers hitting the power cube. We're going to show you the influencers, the strikers, and the attendees in person, the interaction, the mingles. We want to get you guys closer to everything going on. And the best way to stay informed is to join our insider broadcast group over on Instagram. You can do that right now. You can join the insider group, be the first to know about new content, breaking stories as things develop. That's your one place that you're going to want to be to get news first from Slap News the entire time. Dang, overall, anybody of these newcomers that you're excited about seeing from the first time?
Yeah, you know what? I think Leon Johnson was actually a lot taller than I thought he would be. What was interesting about him was that it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, for those of you who are watching,
I think it's just going to be.
when you're able to look at the scale, you can see some of them look a little heavier or a little taller than they actually are.
The commission's getting back here. Chrissy was coming up.
We'll just switch back to our main
Yeah,
frame.
yeah. Go back to the main frame. All right, we'll see you guys in a moment.
Matthew.
All right, up next on the scale, the number 8 ranked welterweight, Christopher Full Metal Debo.
$176.
76 for Christopher Debo.
That way.
And now the number 4 ranked KO Christopher Thomas. $171 for KO Chris. And now from the light heavyweight division, Logan the Tank Greenhall.
Five.
205 and a half for the Tank.
No shoes. Okay, hold on. No.
And for the Power Slap Lightweight Championship, the number 3 ranked Dakota, the Maritime Menace McGregor. $154 and a half for the Maritime Menace. And now from the light heavyweight division, Caesar Slaps of Stone Gonzalez. $204 for Slaps of Stone. And now the number 4 ranked lightweight contender, Anthony the King DeFrank. $152 and a half for the King.
Approximately, what do you
And now the number 1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Dorian Disturbing the Peace Perez. $264 for Dorian Perez. And now the number 4 ranked middleweight contender in the world, Wesley, all the smoke drain.
$183.
183 for Wesley Drain. All right, up next on the scale, he is the middleweight championship main event. He is the champion defending his title, Isaiah, the Puerto Rican pretty boy Quinones.
$184.5.
184.5 for the champion. And now the number 6 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, Wes Boom Mena. $234 for Wes Mena. And from the women's flyweight division, Chelsea Minnie Mayhem Dodson. $126 for Minnie Mayhem.
What is going on, guys? Got to get the right angle here. We're waiting for one fighter, Robert Trujillo, to make weight. Everybody else has come in. Chris Debo missed weight. I'm sure you guys seen that breaking news. 176. He was 5 pounds off the limit with the 1 pound additional weight. We got Ding working the phones, trying to get some updates for you all, getting you guys that content over on Instagram as well. One fighter left. What time? What time is that?
10-14.
10:14, 45 minutes for Robert Trujillo. Last update, he was at the Apex. They were giving him about 10 more minutes to finish up and then get in the shuttle and get over here to the actual Fontainebleau, where they weigh in right behind us here. So, actual weigh-in itself. So, overall, dang, get excited seeing these guys get up on the scale.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of good energy here. You know, like I said, we were worried about a couple of people. Most people did what they were supposed to. Unfortunately for Chris Debo, he comes in 5 pounds over the limit. You know, we know he's had a storied history with weight cuts, so you know, hopefully he's doing all right. I mean, trying to deplete that last 5 pounds, I don't know he'd be fight ready on fight night. So at least his match is still happening. A little disappointed for him in his career. Big opportunity for him. But you know, hopefully he makes the changes he needs after this event, and you know, with a win here, he could definitely put himself back in that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. KO Chris making weight at the absolute limit, 171. There was some worry about him not making it. Chris Debo going to forfeit the coin toss officially now. KO Chris will be striking first in this match. So still happening, like we said. Great to see this division needs some more talent at the top of the division, and this is going to help it.
Let me just check. I'm
The
sure,
odds
I'm sure
on
the odds will change.
potentially, yeah.
We're looking at it was minus 135 plus 105. I would say he probably swelled himself to a bigger underdog with the coin toss forfeit. So
For sure.
you know, that one shot that he would have had first was a big opportunity.
Yeah.
Given Kale Chris's power, his history, you know, even though Debo's chin has seemed to be has held up to this point, I think naturally just the power Kale Chris brings, him striking first, I think is a big deal. So if you're betting and you're in town or wherever you're at, I would bet now before these last change because I would anticipate those.
Absolutely. West Minna coming in 234. I think there's a bigger story here. We got 19 pounds difference between him and Aaron Turner. We expected that there was going to be a difference, but 19 pounds, that's quite a bit. We're going to see if that plays any difference going into it. We've seen a crazy Hawaiian and dumpling, the crazy Hawaiian dropping down all that weight, and how the outcome of that. You're going to see West Minna versus Aaron Turner. I think a lot of it's going to come down to technique. I think we haven't really said a lot about it, about that in the past. This is really going to come down to who can be more technical, who can find that button sooner in this particular matchup. Logan Greenhall also making
I was
weight.
just gonna say,
As-
yeah, kudos to Logan Green.
Exactly.
Division
205
205 and a half.
and a half coming in.
And he looked good. He looked good. These guys look healthy. I will say, for those who made weight, with the exception of Chris Debo, I think everybody looked pretty good. They looked like they were in good spirits. I didn't see anybody who was sucked out, struggled to get on or off the scale. Those are telltale signs of people who have rough weight cuts. Even Isaiah Canonas, right? He came kind of late into the game. We expected him to make weight, of course, as a professional and as a champion. You know, he came in a little later, so some people might have read into that. I don't think it was anything. He came in here like a professional, stood on that scale and made weight at championship fight.
For sure. I mean, before we get too far away, Logan Greenhall taking Cody Young came in at 200 pounds, 5 pounds under the actual cap itself. So, a 5 pound weight cut there. Dorian Perez, someone who came in a little bit later, he just came in at 264, 1 pound, actually 2 pounds, I guess, with the 1 pound limit. Underneath, guy that Ding alluded to earlier, coming in at the top of the division. We're going to see if that's going to impact at all. I mean, to be honest, he was a little bit later. He's going to have a 10-pound weight advantage over Pono Palm. So we're going to see, did Dorian have to cut? Did he have to water cut to make that particular weight? Or is this just a transportation issue? We don't know at this moment, but we're going to see as kind of things evolve here. The championship match locked in. Both these athletes coming in under championship weight. Isaiah Quiones, 184.5. Brandon Bordeaux, 183.5. Both these athletes locked in. You're going to have an official title defense. And as we recapping, Robert Trujillo, the real deal, is the only athlete left. He's got approximately 35 minutes to be able to get here, get on the scale, be able to make weight. Dakota McGregor, 154.5 on the scale. So Robert Trujillo, from all accounts, on his way now to the venue itself, confident that he's going to make weight. So breaking news first. Robert Trujillo on the way here, confident he's going to make it. So we should see him shortly. And then stay tuned. We also have the face-offs. Don't forget the face-offs are going to come. There's always electric. There's fireworks. Chris Debo, KO Chris, missing weight.
Stuff. Yeah, I can't wait for
What's going to happen there?
these face-offs are going to be intense, man. Some of these people have never seen each other before, right? Cole Smith, Leon Johnson. We don't know a lot about these guys. We don't know what the energy is going to be like, right? Steven Rousey's a wild card. We have no idea what he's going to bring energy, the type of energy he's going to bring. Makini Manu. Obviously, the ladies generally are very respectful. Marisol Ruelas and Maria Jose Favela, obviously both of Mexican descent. I think they probably have a ton of respect for one another, and they look at it as a win for Mexico and the Mexican people, no matter what happens. Angel Merrill, Hunter Hassan, we expect them to obviously be pretty friendly, generally really nice guys. Westman and Aaron Turner, I think, would be an interesting one. I think both these guys are incredibly locked in. While respectful, you may see a little bit of tension and sort of that energy between those two guys because they're so locked in.
Yeah.
Another one I want to mention that I think is important, Dorian Perez Pono Paul, very friendly on both sides in a lot of different ways, very respectful. But Dorian Perez does a little bit of the antics on stage. I don't know if Pono Paul's the guy to do that with, so I'll be interested to see what he does. If he'll come up here with a leotard again or what.
Yeah. We'll see. But also tomorrow, 2:30 is the scheduled start time for those taped fights. So you're definitely going to want to tune in to Slap News on IG to be able to watch it as we see these updates. And anything that's made public, we're going to report it, accordingly. Obviously, we adhere to the strict rules and regulations that Power Slap has put out and
100%.
put up on official. We'll report and let you guys know the actual outcome of these matches. But 2:30 Pacific, which is 5:30 for everybody in the East. It's going to go down tomorrow. 16 fights. All but one are locked in at this point, regardless the match is going to happen. So 16 fights are going to take place. Robert Trujillo, from all accounts, on the actual transportation, coming here right now, confident that he is on weight, and that's the last one that we're waiting for. One thing that's interesting, again, we've seen this previously at the last match in Las Vegas as well, but we see the commission and we see other representatives. We see two ladies here in the back from other commissions as well, learning from the Nevada Athletic Commission taking place here today. We see a number of other representatives here as well from different jurisdictions and learning how the procedures go and how the actual commission runs these weigh-ins. So great, it's a positive side we talked about before. When is Power Slap going to get on the road domestically here in the United States? And we're seeing like the training and the practice and things that are developing. In a conversation that we had with Mark Smith as well, it was very interesting to see and hear him talk about some of the different nuances of the actual rules and then the interpretation that someone like Mark Smith also has, because there is an over-encompassing fighter safety that gives them leeway to make adjustments and make real-time calls in time. And one thing in particular that we discussed was athletes wearing slides. It doesn't specifically say that athletes cannot wear slides in the rule set. However, falls under the purview of the actual organization, and Mark Smith can make that discretionary call whether or not he wants to allow something like that. And he's made it very, very clear that he wants either bare feet or he wants stable footwear that allows you to prevent ankle rolling and stuff like that. And as well, obviously, much more easier to tell for stepping, twisting, and those types of things. And so it's very interesting to see the thought process, where the rules lie, what's in the rules, what's not, and then what is up to the discretion of it as well. And, to clarify some of the rules set around the actual beards. There's been some rumors circulating within the fighters and that the rule set has changed as it relates to beards and how those would persist. Mark Smith has clarified to us that the rules have not changed in regards to this. There's been some discussion and talk with the organization and the promotion about this. However, what he is instituting is that the beard must be tied up. They're not going to allow the big puffy beards anymore, but there's nothing in the rules imminent that they need to shave the actual sides of the cheeks. It just needs to be tight. It needs to be, in place so that you can have a visual line sight. And this falls under the purview of fighter safety from all regards that we are seeing here so far from Mark Smith and the commission. So absolutely, man. Anything else, Ding, that you
Big
want?
event, man. Big fight feels. We see some of the main co-main event walking in and out, doing some press there in the back. This is a big card. 16 fights, right? It's a number that they've not reached to this point. Generally, we see a lot of these things fall out. As far as we know, unofficially, there's only one match that really was scrapped from this card that we expected to see At some point, maybe in the future, we may reveal that, but I think they'll probably try to reschedule that match. So we'll probably keep that one to ourselves. But either way, great cards, a lot of new talent. We got the debut of a new division at 125. Really exciting, a championship for the lightweights. So a lot of stuff going on. I think that we've got the fight week feel. We're obviously in the mix. Today's a long day for us. So make sure you guys are tuning in at 4 p.m. on the west, 7 p.m. on the east. We're going to be kicking off our live show at Stadium Swim with the red carpet. And then we'll head on to the festivities. We've got cool stuff planned. We'll be having them, a lot of different activations, slapping the power cube. You may see some funny stuff. You might get some small little like viral kind of trendy stuff that people do. But either way, definitely really, really exciting for us. And we appreciate you guys and all your support.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned. Robert Trujillo on his way here to Fontainebleau, and then we're going to get another face off. So stay tuned. Appreciate you all. We'll be back momentarily as soon as we get more signs that the commission's getting ready and Robert is here on site.
Time for the lightweight championship co-main event tomorrow night. On the scale, the number 1 ranked Robert, the real deal Trujillo.
$154.5.
154.5 for the real deal.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we got time after face-offs.
Stop El Presidente Frank Lamasella getting things started with the early prelims in the middleweight division. Hunter, the homebody Assassinine versus Angel, the outlaw Merrill. And now from the light heavyweight division, Caesar Slaps of Stone Gonzalez versus Steve-O from Congo Osango. And now from the super heavyweight division, Cole Smith versus Leon LX the Jet Johnson. And from the welterweight division, Andrew Casper Fields versus Brent Slap Daddy Draper. And from the light heavyweight division, Logan the Tank Greenhall versus Cody the Crusader Young. And from the women's bantamweight division, Marisol Ruelas versus Maria Jose Favela. And from the super heavyweight division, the number 5 ranked McKinney Big Mac Manu versus Steven Rousey. And from the women's flyweight division, Chelsea Mini Mayhem Dodson versus Nicole Disenye. And opening up the prelims from the middleweight division, the number 4 ranked Wesley All the Smoke Drain versus the number 6 ranked Keli'i the Chief Kaneko. From the heavyweight division, the number 6 ranked Wes Boom Mena versus the number 7 ranked the Colossus Aaron Turner. And in the lightweight division, the number 4 ranked Anthony the King DeFrank versus number 7 Riley Slap Shady Montoya. And from the welterweight division, the number 4 ranked KO Christopher Thomas versus number 8 Christopher Full Metal Debo.
Let's go. Yeah, let's see it. Caleb Chris is back. I'm gonna make a statement. I lost back. Hey, 100% finish rate for coin toss win, baby.
Opening the main card with the heavyweights, the number 1 ranked Dorian Disturbing the Peace Perez versus number 5 Pono the Hawaiian Assassin Pau. And now the women's flyweight division, the return of 12-gauge Paige Van Zandt versus Michael Michelle Brown. The lightweight division now has a throne, and the 2 men vying for that seat are number 1, Robert, the real deal Trujillo versus Dakota, the Maritime Menace McGregor. And now for your main event, the Power Slap Middleweight Championship between the number 2 ranked Brandon the Butcher Bordeaux versus the champion Isaiah the Puerto Rican Pretty Boy Quinones. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. VJ Power Slap 12, Quinones versus Bordeaux 2. Presented by Monster Energy live and free across the globe on YouTube.
Nick, anything for me? Huh?
Guys have sweet morning dress up.
Today's nonstop. Today's it's rough. We did this stuff. We made the day before this. It used to be we'll be all right.
Have a good one, okay?
Bye.
Yeah, down here somewhere in the key to the stage.
Copy it, take your keys. I'm just breaking this room right now. And if we're gonna, you know that room that usually. Like I'm happy to do right now. It's almost, you know, looks like the other. It's take it out, bring it down. It's not us or anything like that. Just set it on there.
No, it's Erica. What's up? I haven't talked to you so long. Hold on. I'm pretty.
Well, good to see you. I'm gonna go take care
Of course, yeah, just 2 minutes back. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Say hi.
All right.
Yeah. Good cat spot.
The baseball after school. You do it right now. Do you want me to?